See a new topic, isolationist versus assimilationist versus integrationist approach. So these are the three approaches for tribal administration and development. So isolationist approach and assimilationist approach. So these are two ends, these are two extreme approaches. So these are complete isolation of tribal people to protect and safeguard their culture from others, and this is totally like making them adopt the non-tribal culture. So both have their own advantages and disadvantages. A middle path, a balance between them, balance struck by integrationist approach. So the proponent of isolationist approach is Verrier Elwin, and assimilationist approach is Guria, G.S. Guria. And so what are these? You can write, put the heading and you can draw this diagram. Yes. Verrier Elwin states that, please write, Verrier Elwin states that tribal people believe that land and forest belong to them, and they have the right to do, and they have the right to do whatever they want to do with them, whatever they want to do with them. He strongly urged a policy of non-interference, or complete isolation of tribal people with non-tribal communities. This approach, on one hand, will help preserve the rich tribal cultural heritage, but on the other hand, it will lead to further marginalization of these people, depriving them of access to education, health, employment, and other opportunities. The followers of Gandhi, like G.S. Gurye, criticized this approach as zoo park policy. Gurye proposed assimilationist approach and strongly urged that they have to be assimilated, urged that tribal people should be assimilated into the mainstream of society. This approach may lead to socio-economic improvement of tribal people, and increased access to education, employment, healthcare, and other facilities. Healthcare and other facilities. Healthcare and other modern facilities. It will lead to cultural erosion and loss of their traditional practices. Next, a middle path between these two approaches was struck by, the middle path of these two approaches was struck by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru through his integrationist approach. He proposed 5 principles. He proposed 5 principles for tribal administration. 5 principles for tribal administration, known as tribal Panchsheel. They are 5 principles, point by point you write. First one, people should develop along the lines of their own genius and we should avoid imposing anything on them. Same point you write. We should try to encourage their own traditional arts and culture. Second point, tribal rights on land and forest should be respected and protected. Third point, we should try and build a team of their own people to do the work of administration and development. Same point you write. Some technical personnel from outside will be needed in the beginning, but we should avoid introducing too many outsiders into tribal territory. Fourth one, We should not over administer these areas, over administer these areas or overwhelm them with multiplicity of schemes, in the same point you write. We should rather work through and not through rivalry. We should rather work through or not through rivalry to their own socio-cultural institutions. Fifth point, judge results not by the statistics or the amount of money spent. Judge results not by the statistics or by the amount of money spent, but by the quality of human character that is evolved. Next paragraph you write, it is quite clear that we do not want to impose anything on tribal people but to what extent these 5 principles were put to practice. These 5 principles were put to practice is a matter of great debate. Next topic is Trifid. Trifid, I think you know it is the Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India. This works under the overall aegis of Ministry of Tribal Affairs. It has its headquarters in Shastri Bhavan, New Delhi, and 13 regional offices all over the country, and operates through a chain of retail outlets, which are 40 retail outlets, Tribes India. Now, I told you they have minor forest produce department, retail marketing department. Now, these people will collect the minor forest produce and sell them in non-tribal markets, giving the tribal people fair and remunerative price, and minor forest produce is non-timber forest produce. Retail marketing here Retail marketing development, different functions like outsourcing of tribal products, marketing of tribal products, and then conducting exhibitions and international fairs to create awareness on tribal products like Adi Chitra, Adi Shilpa, and then Octave, and recently held ones like Adi Mahotsav, etc. So there are certain success stories of Trifed like Dona Pattal project, of Jharkhand. So this is in East Singhbum district where Santals live. So these Santal people, maybe these are their habitations, so they have seasonal unemployment during lean season. So what they do, they migrate to nearby non-tribal areas, and if they migrate to non-tribal areas, obviously they are exploited. So in order to prevent this seasonal migration, this Trifed has introduced this Dona Pattal project. These Trifed people actually train them on collection of this dried dona leaves. Dona leaves, you know, dried dona leaves. So collecting them and stitching cups and plates by using these dona leaves, for which they have given some initial corpus one stitching machine and other things. So these Trifed people will purchase these cups and plates from these people, ensuring that they get fair and remunerative price, and they will sell them in non-tribal markets. So other projects are also there like honey gatherers training program, lac cultivation program, tamarind cultivation and training program, etc. in different parts of the country. So wherever, based on the resources that they are available there, these people are providing some kind of assistance in promoting the tribal products. Not only these things, but also honey, lac, and maybe vegetables, fruits, and other forest produce, minor forest produce. At the same time, they are also promoting certain things like textiles, bamboo products or cane products, gifts and novelties, jewelry, and these kind of things, because tribal goods have great demand in non-tribal markets. So again, this retail marketing department will actually procure them and then market them on their behalf in non-tribal market through their chain of retail outlets known as Tribes India. So this is about Trifed. You can write Trifed. Trifed stands for the Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India. Tribal Cooperative Marketing Development Federation of India. It was established in 1987. It was established in 1987 with its headquarters in Shastri Bhavan, New Delhi. Shastri Bhavan, New Delhi. And with 13 regional offices all over the country. 13 regional, 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. 13. offices. They also have 40 retail outlets. They also have 40 retail outlets. Tribes India, 40 retail outlets, Tribes India. The main objective of TRIFED is capacity building, skill development, promoting entrepreneurship, skill building, skill development, capacity building, skill development, promoting entrepreneurship, and improving the livelihood of tribal people. TRIFED works under the overall aegis of TRIFED works under Ministry of Tribal Affairs. TRIFED works under the overall aegis of Ministry of Tribal Affairs. No, Ministry of Tribal Affairs. If I am saying something you are not able to understand, I am removing that word. Works under the overall aegis, AEGIS, of Ministry of Tribal Affairs. It has two departments. First one, Minor Forest Produce Department. See, there are nearly 10.428 crore tribal population occupying country's 15% of geographical territory and constituting 8.60% of the total population. Now, out of this 10 crore, nearly 10.428 crore, 10 crore tribal people derive their livelihood from minor forest produce. So, this minor forest produce is a very important department because, as I said, 10 crore really directly dependent on minor forest produce. So, please write minor forest produce. First, write what is minor forest produce. Minor forest produce is non-timber forest produce. Minor forest produce is a non-timber forest produce which includes vegetables, fruits, nuts, seeds, honey, lac, gums, resins, dyes, waxes, etc. Nearly 10 crore of tribal population derive their livelihood from this minor forest produce. Derive their livelihood from minor forest produce. This department collects this minor forest produce, collects, right, procures from the tribal people, giving them, procures this minor forest produce from the tribal people, giving them fair and remunerative prices, fair and remunerative prices. This increased income levels improved the livelihood of tribal people. Retail marketing department. Retail marketing department. Various tribal products and goods like textiles, jewelry, cane and bamboo products, cane and bamboo products, CANE, cane and bamboo products, gifts and novelties, gifts and novelties, gift and novelty, NOVELTIES, novelties, etc. have great demand in modern markets. Great demand in modern markets. This retail marketing department again procures these products and markets them in modern societies and market them in modern societies through their retail outlets, through their retail outlets. Through their retail outlets. Their important functions include number one, outsourcing of tribal products, outsourcing of tribal products. Number two, marketing of tribal products. Next, exhibitions, conducting exhibitions like Adi Chitra for paintings, Adi Shilpa for ethnic crafts, Adi Shilpa, ethnic crafts. Octave for dance, music, octave, OCTAVE, dance, music and dance. Fourth one, conducting international fairs, international fairs. Put the side heading success story of Trifid. Success story of Trifid dash Dona Pattal project Jharkhand. Dona Pattal project, Jharkhand. This project was implemented in East Singhbhum district in Santal habitations. During lean season, these Santals suffer from seasonal unemployment, therefore they migrate to the nearby non-tribal areas for employment. In these places they live in poor conditions, made to work hard, and are paid less. In order to prevent the seasonal migration, and exploitation by non-tribal people, Trifid launched this project, Dona Pattal project. They train these tribal people to collect dried dona leaves these dried leaves of dona, and stitch them into cups and plates. TRIFED provided them some initial corpus fund and stitching machines These cups and plates were procured by TRIFED ensuring them fair and remunerative prices. Next paragraph you read. Other training programs of TRIFED in different parts of the country include other what did you write? Other training projects or other projects of TRIFED in different parts of country include honey gatherers training program, lac cultivation program, lac LAC. Lac is a byproduct or a substance produced by an insect, Laccifer lacca. Lac, LAC. You would have seen that lac used to seal certain offices, that red color one. You get my point. So it is from an insect, Laccifer lacca. That's all, full stop. Then lac cultivation program. Tamarind training program. Tamarind. There only write it. That's the end of it. Tamarind training program. Tamarind. Imli program you write. Tamarind. TAMARIND. Huh? Tamarind training collection program or tamarind gathering program. Tamarind program you write. Tamarind collection program or gathering program. Yes. So this is about it. So this is TRIFED. There's something known as joint forest management. Put the side heading joint forest management. So joint forest management is local people then forest officials or forest department, state department. Local people subsist on minor forest produce. Forest department would want to prevent poaching and smuggling, that is illegal cutting of trees and killing of animals for their products. These people would want to promote tourism. So joint forest management committees constitute all these as its stakeholders. Now, forest department, as I said, their idea is this one, their idea is this one. So, one of the famous experiment is Talakona project. Talakona project in Seshachalam Hills in Tirupati. Now, this particular Seshachalam Hills attract a large number of tourists for its scenic beauty. It also attracts poachers and smugglers because it has a rich flora and fauna. Now, local people are Yanadi people, Yanadi tribe, who subsist on minor forest produce. Now, the state department constructed some log huts for tourists, which are served by this Yanadi tribe. So, they are not only servicing these log huts, but also they are acting as a guides to this local people. So, this promotes eco-friendly tourism. Now, because of the movements of these tourists as well as the local people, poaching and smuggling will decrease. So, this is a win-win situation for all the stakeholders. And the proceeds of this tourism goes into a particular account, and these proceeds go to the local people, giving them some extra income, promoting tourism and also preventing smuggling and other activities. So, these kind of things are known as joint forest management. So, put the side heading joint forest management. Joint forest management is constituted by the State Department, State Forest Department, and local people. One of the famous experiment is a Talakona experiment. One of the famous experiment is Talakona experiment in Seshachalam Hills. In Andhra Pradesh. This place attracts a large number of tourists from different parts for its lush green vegetation and scenic beauty. It also attracts smugglers and poachers for its rich flora and fauna. The local tribe Yanadis subsist on minor forest produce A joint forest management committee was constituted with all these members as the stakeholders. Committee was constituted with all these members as stakeholders. State government constructed some log huts. State government constructed some log huts and promoted tourism. These log huts are serviced by local, the Yanadi tribe, serviced by Yanadi tribe, who also act as guides for the tourists. Promoting eco-friendly tourism. Promoting eco-friendly tourism. Promoting eco-friendly tourism. The proceeds of tourism goes into an account from where it is distributed to the people, Yanadi people, which not only improved their income levels but also livelihood. Which not only improved their income levels but also livelihood. Due to active movements of tourists and local people, smuggling and poaching activities substantially decreased. This joint forest management is therefore a win-win situation. For all its stakeholders. You getting my point? Next one, tribal markets. Now this is a traditional concept which is changing because of various developmental activities, and these tribal markets were well studied by LP Vidyarthi and Sachidananda. In Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, and Chota Nagpur Plateau region. So these are arranged weekly or fortnightly or monthly, which are known as hats, bazaars, or shandies. So this tribal market is within 5 kilometers of various tribal habitations. So people from different places come to these markets to trade their goods. So this has two areas. One is the peripheral zone, and this is the core zone. The core zone is a zone of asymmetrical trade or a zone of unfair trade, a zone of negative reciprocity, considered a zone of exploitation, because generally here a tribal person is trading with a non-tribal people, and you know the situation, the tribal goods are underweight and undervalued, and therefore it leads to their exploitation. See, peripheral zone is a zone of symmetrical trade or zone of free and fair trade, or zone of reciprocity, zone of non-exploitation, because a tribal person is trading with another tribal person. Now these tribal markets serve some important socio-economic and political functions. What are these? We can see. So please take down tribal markets. And every tribal person makes sure that they attend these tribal markets, because here are the place where they are exchanging goods and services, strengthening their bonds, settling their disputes, getting into marital alliances. Here there is widely served liquor, there is entertainment, music, dance, drama, and the same platform is used by officials and other politicians to create awareness among these people. But now these kind of markets are fast depleting, because they are no more relevant because of urbanization, industrialization, or maybe modernization, something like that. So tribal markets. Tribal markets were well studied by L.P. Vidyarthi and Sachidananda in Andhra Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, and Chota Nagpur Plateau region. Chota Nagpur Plateau region. You have not written up here. These tribal markets are organized weekly, fortnightly, or monthly. These are also known as shandis, haats, bazaars, haats, bazaars, shandi. You can draw this diagram, and in the same diagram, here you can write a tribe is trading with a non-tribal person. Here tribe is trading with another tribe. So non-tribal people undervalue and underweigh the goods of tribal people, leading to their exploitation. So those points you write, you draw this diagram. You can draw any kind of arrow. You are exactly trying to replicate the same arrow that I have drawn. You can draw anything. You can just draw like this. Yes, it's done or. Yes, done. These tribal markets serve important socio-economic, political, and cultural functions. These tribal markets serve important social, economic, political, and cultural functions. These tribal markets serve a variety of functions. every tribal person make sure that they visit these markets. They not only trade their goods, but also extend their social relations and strengthen their bonds and ties. And strengthen their bonds and ties. And strengthen their bonds and ties. They also settle the disputes between them in these places. They also settle the disputes among them in these places. Even marital alliances are fixed in these places. Marital alliances. These are the places where music, dance, drama and theatre are staged. These are the places where music, dance, drama and theatre are staged. Liquor is widely sold in these places. Liquor widely sold in these places. Politicians and other officials use these platforms to create awareness due to urbanization, industrialization and modernization. These tribal markets are losing their significance. These tribal markets are losing their significance. So this is about it. You got my point. Now here they can, this is an open-ended topic, they can ask anything. Maybe a scheme which has completed 10 years or 15 years or 20 or 25 years. Or maybe a program which is is launched recently, or any aspect they can ask, because this is a democratic institution. They can ask like anything. Development program or welfare measures. You get my point. So they can ask only one thing depending on what is going on by the time you are in the exam. You get my point. So this is an open-ended one. Some aspects we have discussed. Some handouts will be given to you with respect to the role of governor in administration of 5th schedule and 6th schedule areas, or the role of governor in administration of tribal areas or forest areas. So today's question, you write that one only. Discuss the role of governor in administration of tribal areas, 20 marks. So this is the broad term, like they can ask the role of governor in administration of 5th schedule. They can ask role of governor in administration of 6th schedule. So this encompasses both of them, and then the handout, it has thorough details which you would have studied in polity also. So this you can write 20 marks, 20 marks.